Hey everyone, John Paul here reporting from Turning Point USA's America Fest in Phoenix, Arizona. Great event, and I'm with Chris, otherwise known as, you probably recognize him, Baby Trump, right here from Dallas.
Hey, how are you, John?
So can you tell me a bit about yourself and
Sure.
what you do, and you're known by millions of people.
So what I do is I go around the country. I've been speaking about faith, family, freedom for the last 2 years. Just started having my own events, and I'm just getting the word out there, whether it's about God, whether it's about freedom, like you and I spoke about last night, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But whatever those matters are, is just getting that word out and creating awareness for the people.
Great, and thank you so much for what you're doing, because, I mean, honestly, it seems like the earth is going off its axis, right, when it comes to all this stuff that's happening. But some good news is that according to our rating system, we talked about the op score, about, give or take, 80%, 70, 89% of people agree on the things that most common sense people agree on. So we find that it's not necessarily that there's a big, huge majority of people that are off the axis of reality. It's a small percentage of people in control pushing an agenda that what they're selling, we ain't want to buy it. We ain't buying it, but they're forcing on us.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I'm trying to be real calm and real suave, but inside, I'm so excited. You and I spoke last night. We just spoke before we came on camera. Finally, you have something that we can control, where we can hold the politicians accountable for their actions, right? And that's very, very important, because once they get into office, they might do it with a good heart, you and I talked about, right? Good intentions, but something may happen while they're in office. They get compromised, right? And then we can't get them out of office. The way that you have this rating system, it's genius. I mean, the first one I asked you to look at is Obama. He's in the negative. So I know it works, right? But now we have control. It's like you go and you want to buy a TV, right? What do you always do? You go to consumer electronics. You look at the rating. Most people, 9 out of 10 people, will do and go to a rating system and look at that product, as long as they know the company is not compromised. Your company's not compromised. It can't be compromised. So we, the people, run it. And we get to choose who we like and who we don't like, based not on the way they look or talk, based on their topics. So when a Christian is running for office and says, hey, I'm not about pro-life, and so we get to give them a thumbs down. And that's
right.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're right. I mean, ultimately, the system doesn't work with people just giving the ratings directly, but it does indirectly. We look at valid, provable research on what the majority of people want on an issue, like abortion, or like borders, or like taxes. But the beauty is, we have citizen trackers that are putting the data in, and then we show the smoking gun. And in the next iteration of the OpScore app, you'll be able to challenge it. So if you say, I disagree that this person's anti-gun because they voted on whatever, you send the data in, you send a link, or you send your evidence, and we'll review it. This is the people's app. So that's where it's like a Rotten Tomatoes. It's like we put it out there, it's all visible. So when you say, where's the person on school choice, here's where they stand. They stand with the teachers' unions, which is totally against school choice. Here's their voting record, and now you're the voter, you decide. But if you say, I disagree, you can challenge it and send your proof in. We're making this, we just want to make it exposed and true. It's not about red versus blue, it's about them versus you.
And I love that.
Well, I'm glad you get that.
Well, yeah, because the truth has no feelings, no conscience, no emotions. The truth is the truth. It's pure. So say we see a politician and they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. Well, it's we the people that can say, okay, you know what, on the Second Amendment, this is what they stand for, either thumbs up or thumbs down. And we get to control that rating system just by our choice.
Yeah, you'll be able to see it. You're able to look at the data and see that it's really just, we talk to people. The beauty is, I used to sit in a plane next to somebody or in a cafe, and I would say, well, I'm a Republican running for Congress, I ran for Congress, or I'm on the right, or I'm a proud conservative. And then 50-50 chance you're going to get a fight with them, right? I had a guy at a bar wanted to get in a fist fight. I thought he was on my side. He was a cop, and all of a sudden, oh. So now I sit in a plane, I talk to somebody, I'm like, we have a rating system, it's them versus you, it's not red versus blue.
That's it.
Do you think they're corrupt? And everybody's like, yes. There's no, everyone agrees.
So John, I always said documentation beats conversation.
That's right.
So you have J.D. Vance, right? You have Anna Polina. It works. And that's what I love, is that you have documentation. You're not just saying it. You have something to back it up. Look, I can sit here and go, I have $1 million in my bank account. And then you go, okay, show me your bank account. And I'll be like, $3, right? Like, your documentation is overwhelming to show it works.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we believe in it so much at GOUSA. We spent literally thousands of hours developing the technology, doing the scores, with virtually no money from donors, because they were all doubting Thomases. They want to put their hands Jesus aside to see if it was Jesus. And now we have it. You know, we had over 50 races that won that leveraged the op score. So we have the proof it works.
Right.
Now we just want to take it to the moon and get everybody using it and stop being brainwashed.
Absolutely.
Use the op score.
As a social influencer, I'll be able to get this out to other influencers. When I have politicians that are running for office, you know, there's a company out there where they rate candidates, right? For the MAGA, right? For Trump, for Republicans. This is even better and stronger because it's every single policy. And you get to decide thumbs up, thumbs down. You watch a movie, what do? If you like it, you go and tell everybody. If you don't like it, you go, forget about it. You don't even waste your time. And we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, we're working on that, yes, 100%. One thing we could use is, in order for this to really be functioning and function well, we need citizen volunteers, people that have civic duty. We want to put 3 OpScore agents, like special agents we're calling them, onto every representative. Not going to be doing anything illegal or stalking them or anything. No don't go into their homes, right?
No cray stuff.
No cray stuff. But just on their positions. Right. If they go out and speak in public, though, you can challenge them and take that video and post it. If they take money from a lobbying firm and they're not working for you, they're working for the lobbying firm, expose it. But we need hundreds of OpScore agents spending a few hours a month just tracking their employees and feeding the data to the system.
I love that. You know, when you get hired for a job, right? When you get hired for a job, what do? You have to sign a policy, right? One of the biggest ones, sexual harassment, right? So if I do something, if I tell a sexual joke and it's inappropriate and it's deemed inappropriate, I'm either going to get what? Written up? Most likely, I'm going to get fired. And that's what we're doing with the OpScore. We're just holding them accountable. But, you know, you said something. What can I do? Look. Every time I go and speak, no matter what city it is, everybody comes up to me afterwards and goes, Chris, what can I do? Baby Trump, what can I do? I feel like I can do more. You don't need a podcast. You don't need to be in front of the camera. You don't need to do events. What you need to do is this. All you need to do is say, hey, I want to volunteer. I want to stand behind this in your state or your city. And then what will happen is that will then send like a riptide through the whole United States and the world. Because remember, the world watches the United States.
That's right. So. They do. And I'm so glad you're excited about it, because I believe the only thing I would say, you might agree with this, because I'm not about ego, I just want to see America survive and freedom survive. I wish someone did this 20 years ago. Wouldn't it be better if we'd be like Star Trek, we'd be beaming up right now because things would be so great. We wouldn't have all these idiots destroying our country.
We wouldn't worry about Maricopa County. And, you know, you talk about ego. Ego is edging God out. So the minute ego comes in, you take God out, and then you have room for mistakes.
That's right. Yeah. So we really appreciate it, Chris. Looking forward to making this happen.
Yes.
I'm so glad so blessed I met you. Much more to come, man.
I don't want to leave his side, man. This guy's a genius.
Well, I'm giving credit to my team as well. The genius is everybody at GOUSA, not just me.
Amen.
All right?
Yeah.
God bless.
God bless. Love it.